Okay, so here we are coming into room 211, the engineering lab, shop, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to look down here real quick. This is something Mr. Street will refer to as the line of death. Line of death means that once a student has entered this classroom, there should be no personal electronics in use or even visible. Before a student crosses that line right there in the doorway, all the personal electronics should be off and put away before crossing the line. Doesn't matter when the bell's about to ring or has rung or not. Before crossing the line, make all personal electronics go away. Now, once we're inside, we can look around. There's lots of cool stuff in here. Sorry for the unsteady hand here. I'm trying to get it just right. You can see over here we have lots of work tables, big, wide tables, and on the tables you've got a thing like this called a vise, and the vise opens and closes to hold things in place, right? Tighten the handle this way, loosen the handle that way, and you can put a piece of wood or material in here and drill and cut and do other things to it, and that'll hold it in place. Now there's a difference here. These are generally considered to be metalworking vices here. Same basic principle, but they do concentrate a lot more force in a smaller area, so they hold really tight on things like metal. Okay? Then as we go around here, we'll notice lots of machines. This thing's actually called I call it a table saw. There's a few other variety saw, unisaw. There's a few different things there. That red blade right there spins really fast, and that'll cut through big pieces of wood and other materials. Ninth grade students in general will not use this machine at all. This one's a little too powerful, a little too crazy to get mixed up with. We have lots of tools here. Look here, this is the hand tools, and there we have portable power tools, lots of cordless drills and drill driving mechanisms like that. And we'll have lots of instruction about the individual things and how to use them. But just to get you an idea, this gray cabinet over here is more portable power tools, most of which we don't use all that often. Most of what we use every day is in the big wooden cabinet, but there's lots of stuff here as needed. Now, what will figure prominently in your workshop experience is the bandsaw. That's a machine here. You can see there's a blade right there. The bandsaw I have a nice long video, a couple videos explaining how to use it and all kinds of safety rules and such, but just to give you an idea what's here. Then we have a thing called a drill press, where you fasten a drill bit in the chuck in this part right here, and you work this handle to push the drill bit downwards, right? I'll do that again one time. And you can then have your material clamped to the table and drill holes in it and do stuff like that, right? So bandsaw, drill press, and then here is a sanding machine. It's called a belt and disc sander. This is the belt. It goes down like this. Can sand away material. This is the disc. It spins really fast, has sandpaper fastened to it, and that will mostly used with wood. That's a spindle sander. We don't use it very often, but we do have it. Okay. Another belt and disc sander right there. Here's a big miter saw. This is also a tool that ninth graders don't typically use, right? And genuinely, not very many seniors and the upperclassmen use it either, but we have it, mostly the teachers use that. Another drill press, a jointer, don't worry about what that is. That's a whole nother thing, a couple small drill presses, and so on. We typically use these cubby holes here to store projects. Same with the shelves over here. You know, when the students, when you're working on your projects, you need a place to keep them in between classes. That's some storage area there. Going this way again, we have the office. Please don't go in the office without being invited, or, you know, just, but of course you can, if Mr. Street's in the office and you need to talk to him, you can come to the door and talk to him. Very important now, we just going past the tool cabinet. Here's a prominent feature in our workshop experience, our laboratory experience. On these pages are lists of student names and cleanup jobs. So every day that we do use tools and machines, we have to clean up. So we've got lots of dustpans and brushes, brooms, and so on. In addition to just putting stuff away, neatening stuff up, we also do lots of cleaning. And then finally, here is a storage room. Right now the storage room is a bit of a mess because we left the school year in a big hurry, but we have lots of different stuff in here, lots of pieces of hardware, lots of wood, other kind of stuff that we use to build our projects. Okay, so that's just a little introduction up. Oh yeah, before I forget, we'll go back over to this other end of the shop, and I'll show you the computer lab. We have a small computer lab here attached to the room. As you can see, I got the fans going because the air conditioning isn't doing much today. So hopefully that'll be all straightened out before too long. That happens. So here we have, you know, workstation computers to use. We tend to not use the Chromebooks in this class if we can avoid it. Mostly we use these computers. And of course, this is where, importantly, this is where the printer lives. So when you need to print something out, that's where it's going to end up. Okay? So that's a general thing. Oh, and the last thing here, we have this doorway going out onto the patio. We'll just walk out here for a second. The patio's here at the end of the building. And from here, we can see the greenhouse. So we kind of share the patio with the horticulture classes that use the greenhouse. And going over here to the side, we can see this is the staff parking lot, not the one near the SAC. This is the staff parking lot. Looking out, we can see here that some people are doing construction work on the sidewalks and stuff right by the this is right, and that road out there is Colesville Road, Route 29. Okay, I'll stop there for now.